May you be snatched away from this place. You shall no more dare to deceive, persecute, and torment. As smoke is driven away, as wax melts before the fire, so shall you be driven away, unclean spirit. Silence now! Are you damn it!
Do as he says.
Demon, your power over her. Release her now. Remember, you are. Tell us, before the. Did you hear that? She knows her. Now you're past. You're perfect. Yes! She's been sworn to protect. Inside you is a spirit who do your... Fight it! Remember... Remember...
Alright, this is the place. I want you to take... Honestly, I know this looks routine, but something doesn't smell right. According to dispatch... No. Just do your job. Get statements. After that, we'll see if... Well? Where are you going? In case you forgot, you've got... Where are you going? In case you... After you, partner.
Sorry, clubs. Yeah, you the cops.
It's your show, partner.
The natives here get... You want to talk to us? I didn't see much. I was out here by the time I knew... Yeah, as in he's safe. Anyway, you can...
Bruce...
Whatever. Give that cop in there a raise.
Been standing here.
Come on.
This new...
Are you ladies with the police?
That's us.
Good. I'm alone. Officer Marino's in the back room. Wait, you don't know? Well, whatever. Anyway, here's what happened. I swear to God, I thought it was... Then that Officer Marino...
Bruce Lee, huh?
Well, he fought them all. Then he dragged them... We don't frisk here, detect. Those kids, they're regular.
They all...
I can't imagine why... Anyway, I'll be... I didn't think the city made cops like that anymore. Outside of...
Hey, you good to play? Thanks. Look, I know I'm being a bit... You're doing...
Ma'am? I'm fine, detective. I guess you... I was doing my round. I ran in, I found... So, I did... Yeah, ask around.
I don't know what came over me, but that cop stopped.
We couldn't fight him.
It was like, wait.
Hey, was I inter... Yeah, So, Marie, 3 of them.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm just curious. These 3 are all.
Yeah.
He had the standard off, so. I'm gonna get. So.
Yeah.
That was lucky. You didn't need 3. Or what about those 2? But today, you.
Nothing. I'm just.
Your job. All the suspects and all those. And speaking of record, you've had an unremarkable.
I've.
Read it.
Awesome. I did a great job here, Detective. You should recommend.
Yeah, good job, Marie. I'll.
I'm sick of. For 10 years, I've been the bottom of the. I tried to get it, but. She'll be fine. Just like. Fuck. Look, I'll kick it over to you. Just. Take it. Just. I don't even know what I'm. Look, I've been stuck in this uniform for. Then I found that book. Fuck.
Damn it, do something! She's totally dazed. What the hell? What about the kid?
Your chosen vessel remembers. You, the hands you control. In the name of myself, I. Gotcha.
Eli! Stand.
Jeez, man. The spirit is. See? Looks like her memory got.
Scram.
What?
Please. That is correct. Do as you.
Look, she just. Come on. Where the.
Do take your time. So... No, it was neither. These innocents, by your...
I think you'll find you were possessed.
You do not remember. You slaughtered those...
Your body did, if the story was top news for...
As were we. And it is... these people on the floor. The rain washed away most of the...
No,
He is correct. But if you want to see just...
listen to me. These feel... Hold on to that.
Speaking...
Yeah, we need...
I did. And it will
I'd love to chat and get...
fresh air.
A padlock. Of course.
I am tired, Eli. Perhaps could you find...
Yeah. You've got to be...
This
Creature!
purpose.
I say again, you are mistaken. You know I speak the truth.
I know what you are, Gen Child. I know you cannot speak false. Nevertheless,
Nobody here has done such a thing.
That might not be entirely true.
Eli?
On the roof, I used a lot of power. Probably enough to call the attention of, well, something like this.
Neophyte mage. Playing with forces you don't understand.
I'm mage enough to burn you into a greasy smudge.
You lie. I know a falsehood when I hear one. I can smell your power, mageling. You have none left. You are nearly spent. And you, Jin child, are so fatigued you can barely stand.
That may be true, but stand we shall.
Since we're being so honest with each other, you don't look too healthy yourself.
The journey here was long and difficult. I used much of my energy getting here.
So you're just as tired.
I do not wish to fight. I have no quarrel with either of you. I am merely hungry. Feed me, and I will return home.
That is all? What type of food do you require?
On this plane of existence, human flesh is all that will sustain me.
Of course it is. That's not... Sorry.
Agreed. We cannot allow that. Depart in peace. There need not be bloodshed.
I need to feed. I will die otherwise.
The lady asked you to leave.
You give me orders?
I summoned you. I do have that right.
If you have the will to enforce it.
Right. So,
That was... We can't... This creature is from across the void. There's...
it's a
what?
It's made up of
Very well.
Such. It.
Please, I got...
You. The corruption. Why?
There is no...
You are a.
Creature, you are at...
I must feed.
What?
Dust of demon spawns.
Yes.
Fresh meat.
It would draw too much attention.
Not to mention the victims inside.
Would you kill?
It speaks true.
Wait,
Yes.
I'm not the one that has to cut that thing's throat. I can't decide that for you.
It was your magic that brought it here. Yes.
Ugh,
Rise, creature. Are you finished?
please.
Yes. Thanks be to you, Jin. I shall.
It is done.
Thank God.
All in all,
Yeah,
we did fun.
we all...
Agreed. You should... Humor. Listen close. 1 year has... Your want...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Indeed. The demon that infested you.
And they just... Look, you saw.
Justice, but we can help.
Normally there's a vetting process.
So,
Say that...
none of us are come. We can find suit...
Sleeping, by the way.
Welcome to the Unavowed, my friend. Please do not destroy. It took centuries. Do not even. Please do not. It took. That I would be. That helmet is cursed. I would. Please do not. It. You are awake. This astonishes you, I suppose. Introduction to the super. It may take some. Forgive the term. After your actions last night, I think you are. And this is good. My father Kalash is waiting to speak. In the meantime, relax.
Oh. No, I am a Jinn of the And you? You picked up that book? Yes. In my day, even a Monday, the world is how tough. I've read your sermon. No. At any rate, we have I will call. I don't believe.
Yes. Certainly. We help who we can. Just with you. As a whole, for thousands, as long as there is. We do not exact things have. Yes. We had become. You are the first new. I will. Me. The term and no. When was this? Yes, 418. No, 19. It is difficult. I will. Eli is my partner. You and he have much in common. I would recommend asking him. Last night, we know nothing about the demon. You hurt nobody. It was taunt, but we got it in the end. We can all. We know nothing about it was, but we can all. I am not being facetious. This building has housed many agents over the centuries, and they too have been given photographs and portraits of. We do not question it. Thank you.
Hey! Don't surprise Anyway. Yeah, where else can you see a But seriously, it took me a while, but you'll get. Anyway. I know a little bit. Well, we're sort of. Sometimes there's a threat that. Well, I say sometimes, but. Gosh, sorry. If you're looking for it, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I mean, we're careful. We use veils. But the real secret. nobody notices. So maybe the mundane world isn't ready for. Let me put it, there are 732% more. A year ago, we'd usually be called, and me and Mondana, until. Sure. I guess if we're gonna. Since the Nixon, I'm if you must know, it's the magic. No surgery. Yeah, I'm a mage. Why do you think? Fire mage. I needed a place to practice. Besides, I don't feel. Ooh, never use the word. I'm a mage. With at least that's what the books tell me. I never. Nope. It's kind of like playing with clothes, though. I can burn them clear off. Took about a decade and a dozen. Someone's been. I used to have a pretty normal life. Then stuff happened and Monda. Yep. I bared my soul and let's talk. Sure. You had to be honest. I'm just glad the exorcism. Well, yeah. When you. Not to mention lightning. I just wish I hadn't. I know the creature was technical still. Look, wasn't long after I joined. It's something to do with this. Don't think about it too hard. Right. Hey. Right.
What? I might know. We're the wall against the dark. We might not be what we once were, but we. Nobody knows for sure. No, I know because. Used to be. But yes, I won't deny it. But yes, this city was becoming a force. There was important work to be. Yes, so we need to fill up. Well, I do. Not now. My opinion will be. Indeed.
Father.
Yes,
We were all neophyte.
most of us, Mage Beckett. I have read the Mage Beckett.
Yes.
Irrelevant. Magic is What I don't understand. What will the mundane.
The creature was both a.
We'll be the ones compromised. Yes. Force of habit.
Father, regardless of our choices, the voice.
Yes. Yes. Just waiting to find.
Sir,
Help you would not have needed if you achieved.
I was so close.
I see.
Nevertheless.
Then that will happen. And now to the forces of dark. I have detected void activity in the. You are to travel there. Activity from.
Are you sure she's ready to go?
These are dangerous. If she isn't able, trial by. You want to prove now. Meeting.
Well, I get. I know, right? If anyway.
I have not been to the village.
Anytime you're ready. Anytime you're ready. Looks like the K train is down again.
Eli, the K train was discontinued in 1988.
Was it? I could swear I took it to the Museum of Natural History not too long ago.
You did, in 1986. Still raining.
At least nothing's here waiting to kill us.
Well, the night is young. You seem troubled. Whatever for. You have nothing to fear.
Yeah, it became it just disguises your.
You are not the first new the veil. Nobody. The veil only works on men, but that law enforcement.
Good. What do you need? Ancient fire maid. Well, no, not really. It's a simple trick. We've barely left the subway. Kinda. I used to work about 10 It was just factories and. Seriously, there's not mu- I have.
Yes. You need not. The very idea. You catch on as long as I keep it. You call this neighborhood the village. I came up the street. It was a long dirt. This city was larger back then, but let us not dwell on the past. I would suggest we or agree.
Evening. Who wants to... It's been in the news. I'll tell you one thing, but it takes a special... Yeah, a neighborhood full... Was anyone... A few people killed?
That is...
I won't argue with that. They were carted off to Beth Israel. That's how... Until we know otherwise. Which means... Yeah, wouldn't be here. I don't blame...
Hey.
Where are you taking? I'll do whatever.
Did you?
Neuromorphic
projection. I've read that. I think she's coming.
Are you...
You blacked out.
You had
A vision from your past. This area must have kick-started your brain and... Oh, Lord. Pure audio.
This building the demon entered.
The newspaper?
Indeed it did.
Yeah, right.
Are you?
You never know. Are you lifting with...
Yeah. Bracing. Fortuitous.
Whatever... I don't think... The lady...
Leave her be.
At least the rain is washing away most of the smell.
If not the heat.
Be careful. The heat... What do you need? I have... Eli Beckett. Well, that...
It is done. Be aware that if law enforcement It smells very human in here.
Looks like people were squatting here. Half a dozen at least. Wasn't there a homeless... Huh. Only one bed in here.
Yes. This room was designated to separate one individual from the rest. Someone of importance, most likely. Or someone undesirable.
So this room either belonged to a cult leader or a prisoner.
Most likely.
What if you got that? Seems to... I might not know a lot. I don't think the...
Do not be alarmed. They are hard.
Yeah.
They have no physical form. It is best to...
Maybe. And even then, a human spirit is...
Death is part of... Let us move.
Ow!
Are you hurt?
No, I can't see it. That's weird. Huh?
Is there a problem?
The darkness.
It always...
I'm being literal. Not sure what you're trying.
Color me...
It's a
four?
Well, that explains why my fire... Well, this just got a lot more complicated. What do you need? We got the power work. Sure. Pretty much. From what I can gather, they're talking to them. Because when that demon possessed, it left, we call that chain to you and me. It makes when I saw my first, I wanted to help them, so I read how we all have our strengths. The technical term is bestower. We heard rumors of one operating in New York, but death is part of the mundane world, he would say. No kidding. Yes, they don't bestowers deal with... Sure. Oh, let's focus on... I have...
Yes. Eli has... Agreed.
Do these drawings on the wall mean anything to you, Mondana?
I cannot decipher their meaning, but I do get a sense of reverence.
Reverence? Like worship?
It is only a feeling. This wall drawing means nothing to me. Eli? I failed to... I've...
Where did you... The village, I know what you're talking...
That it...
Do I look? I might not look it, but I'm... You don't need to come out. Wait, it's you. You've come... You're... Don't know why you sound so... You've done... something...
Curious.
What?
Void...
I don't give a crap, and I don't give a crap about you. Just leave me alone. Why? Right. And I'll bet you to get out of here.
Wait.
You heard. You can't I mean... That you're... What do I mean? Me, I'm back where I started. And all that time... Shut up. Just... You're saying you didn't just...
It's a bit...
We are trying to be...
No, if you've forgotten about it, then... You really? You've even forgotten Jordan. Well, he's gone. He and I were a thing. He's gone. He left soon. Not that you. He and I. He's gone. Not that you. Please.
Whoever is in.
She's lost it.
Just so we're clear.
He and I. He's gone. Not that you. Please.
What do you need? We got the power working.
Yes. Agreed. Blood rituals used for healing.
It may be wrong, but it does explain the forest down.
Beauty can hide all manner of.
Oh, it's nothing.
Story.
Right.
Yes.
If I understand that journal, which means that...
Then why?
That's... in the meantime. After... My magic is kind of weak.
Male. Early the cause of death is.
He's got
You are correct. They are difficult to see with all this.
So this guy...
It appears... Yes. Your vision. Whatever happened here.
You don't remember any... Yeah.
No doubt your demon covered...
So...
He has no distinguishing... Whoever this... It is a loss.
Are you...
It does appear... Let us...
I've tried to... It's not
The lost spirit...
Well, the cat's out. You proud of... Like hell, you took us all. Every month you do, then you'd say better.
Life energy. That explains the wildlife.
Whatever it all ends. Jordan was so... Whatever you did to us. So he put me... I just... I cut with the knife. I said those stupid didn't work. It wasn't... Look, with a few splashes of...
You thought
It was almost dead. I thought that... His spit... He couldn't Yes, You believe me.
it is not a matter of belief.
Well, there's no point. The master here was just as much... Cerebral palsy. It was bad before. You see the pipes in the build. You can exactly call it. He went down there so much, Jordan had... You think I'm an...
What?
Why do you... It's probably halfway... You serious? But whatever. It's to the right of the control. Don't. This mess is yours. If I was lucky...
She threw the knife down. Magically imbued tools take... Huh.
Turn it on! For the love of... Wait. No, please. I couldn't. I tried. But you frozen. You said that was no. You were so calm, but I couldn't do it. Chill. It just got worse. I had to find. I'm so. But I was so dead. You taught me that. Yes.
No, the shelter.
Was. Help me! Help! The knife? Yes, I just did.
Could you get it?
I didn't want. Sheely! She's. What?
Standard escalation.
I want. I served. How? Cure me?
I've been trying. It's self-generated. I've never seen it. I need to know more.
Thank.
Poor guy.
Don't care. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. If I was...
Evening. In case, which means they went out. Squatters were.
You let them.
The owner never filed a complaint. Didn't stop us from. Nothing we. But to be honest. Oh, really? So you're with the Staten Island? Really? But nobody. You think this building? Take as long as the sites.
Interesting.
She was a cop.
That is not in dispute. We will discuss this. Is something the matter? That is...
I know. That's...
So you believe this is magic related?
Are people still saying, duh? Because, well, duh.
I cannot say I am impressed with the mundane authorities. They should have noticed this when inspecting the site.
Not necessarily. That officer said this place burnt down about a week ago. It wasn't raining then, which means that no ice should have formed.
Perhaps you are correct.
Come on.
Is...
Everything's fine. There.
Nicely...
That's me. Well, that... Now that it's out of the open air. Jesus! Look at that.
The ice protected him.
It also froze him to death, but... Well, I might be going...
Indeed.
Neither... maybe?
I admit, but... The more I look... Do you reckon...
No. Why can't... Wait, hold on.
I definitely...
He looks... Yes, the quality of that photo.
The evidence. Jordan sought a way to... I know. His soul transmute. He is a...
He's become a fire... No, and even if we could, his...
Regardless, we...
Thoughts? Let me mull him over for a bit, okay? Let's...
Hope you found every... Evening. Your kit. It just... Alright, you report, hopefully. Oh.
Eli, you are scratching the buttons of your coat again, with your fingernail.
I am.
Yes. You are not even aware of it, are you?
Why is this a big deal?
It indicates a loss of control. It is minimal, but...
Right. I know. I'll work on that.
Thank you.
You mean become...
You misunderstand. You have taken a wrong...
You say...
Believe...
Well, I'm done.
Very well.
If I...
You did... I'm...
No, you're alive, you're just... That's why the flames are so...
So...
Oh, but you're...
You mean You should have left...
Yes, I'm a fight. Given enough time, I...
Eli.
Will...
Pain?
It will...
But it...
Eventually.
Then...
No, I will not allow... There are others of you.
Yeah, in another...
Jordan is a creature. I can lend him the energy...
So he can... What?
Wait.
Life there will not...
But what kind of life would that be?
No. His flame... The effect on me, one that continues.
Master, I know you...
There will be others of his kind. In time, they might accept him.
And if they don't, they'll be stuck there forever.
So the alternative is to murder him?
It's mercy. If I was in his shoes, I'd want the same.
But you are not in his shoes. You cannot... Choice for him.
Yes! Maybe this is what was meant... Maybe I... Okay.
You two should...
I guess he's on his way. Off to his new life. You think? A chance is better, but to live through eternity... I couldn't. His soul, although I know what I am. If I lose that... So...
Yes. Opening the way, what? It took all of... He did retrieve the ritual knife from me.
Well...
I know the routine. I shall...
It's like you.
Please do not... It... Good. There is nothing... You have completed your... I am curious. It has been a long... Gaining new... So, yes. For some of us, But for you... I would not... Your old life. It gave you... The Unavowed has become... We are an ancient... The Unavowed has been... At any rate, I detect no fault. I will Yes. Yes. Lies and, of course, the ability to detect... I did mention that I'll think of fingernail. Jins cannot abide to speak. Indeed. Of course, this means that Jin... You can trust me to tell the truth. My purpose is to serve... This is why nobody trusts. Mind games and wordplay are... I hope you will... Thank you. I believe we made the right choice, less conflicted. Me? Like with most well, not literally. Yes, ask me thank.
To send you aid would leave our own domain.
Undefended against what?
Your charter is quite clear.
You accuse me of negligence.
That is precisely the point.
So am I, Arilax. New York is getting overwhelmed.
Then we must be ready.
Major Hanum swallow you. Ah. Lady Arilax, head of the... It is no secret that I had hoped to appeal for... I respect Lady Arilax, but I should have known. A magic phone. There are shards. It allows us... A dragon at the... She is... As you...
Oh, hi. I was just reading some... Oh, it's fire magic. It's a bit of a strain of... Being a mage, although it's an old Sumerian text, but I used to read books about S-Corp tax... well. Fire. That's right. Back I worked at the firm Weisel. There used to be a Beckett. Yep, I was damn good at it. You had to know things to be an accountant back then. No computers. Me? Well, it was. My boss used to say it was like magic. Yeah, throwing it's all just numbers, and I'm I don't know. I'm gonna live a long time, but even when I only hope... Sure. We were feeding the... What? You expected some... The picture was taken in, I'd buried myself down here. Then Mondana Dre... I felt... Well, I can't deny... Could we... You know what they say. But, yeah. That... And the worst part? I was only... Yeah. Yep. That's this dress manufacturer in Midtown. Booming business. I love... Sure. I don't know. I'm gonna live... Right.
Yes. I have appealed once more for...
Why do you bother?
Show some respect. They are... I didn't say that. Each branch is responsible.
So have all the branches, Father.
And where then?
I shall appeal again, rest assured. You, daughter,
I have.
So you...
I took all the necessary
Then I will have... However, I am deeply... Yes, but why?
Why do demons...
To create
No, we are not dealing with a... This demon had a...
Well, if it's payback...
Ah, I know that.
Yes, I did.
What are you...
Oh, the ritual... I couldn't be sure until I did. The knife was imbued with a very... It's connected to you, which means... Well, the demon's out of your... I can only track where it's... Well, it was all over the map. I'm trying to narrow it down to the areas of greatest... So far, the Bronx, around Gun Hill Station, and...
The veil is still in place.
Very well. Check both areas. We'll show those idiots on the count meeting.
The hour grows late.
The Bronx and Staten Island?
Eli, you are tapping the edge of your book.
I am?
Yes, it is quite aggressive.
Huh. Mine must have wandered. Sorry about that. I'll stop.
Thank you. I have not been to this area since the 70s. It was a dangerous place to be in those days.
No kidding. The fire, the crimes, the urban decay. I don't blame you.
I refer to the 1770s. This road was a frequent skirmish point between the colonists and the British. If I close my eyes, I can still hear the cannons.
Evening. Oh, damn, doesn't bother me. I will be something. You're gonna need to stay dry.
That's a residential area.
Indeed. We must gather more.
And that's really it. I'm screwed. And this is... Too bad Tom. I knew that room at the Eddings house was... Duh. What do you suggest?
Maybe we should bring a...
Hush.
No. A body can adjust to any... What did the woman in the vision...
We have achieved...
Let's get...
Yes. I remember... And upon the shape-shifting Naga that had infiltrated...
Gamash told me about that one. He seemed to...
It was a humbling experience. Then, one mundane soldier ended it. And... natural.
What's up? Sure. This area was... Looking around now. The girl in your vid... Don't see why not. Right behind... That's a resident...
Indeed, we must...
That's a...
We must... Eli, I've been meaning to ask, how are you coping?
Huh? I'm coping fine. Why?
Until recently, we have only entered the field once or twice a month. Now we are out almost every day. I was worried it might be a strain on you.
You kidding? This is great. I'm working. I'm doing something. I'm not just stuck in my lab. So don't you worry about me, Mandy. I'm fine.
Evening, folk. Now, why would... That's one beat up... I don't know what kind of case you work at. Head west from here. Turn right on. Sure.
Cute place. Pretty typical as these things go.
Judging by that, I would recommend levering that door open. Well, that is... Yes.
Well, a talking house.
Don't be absurd. The window is talking, not the house.
Right. My mistake. Locked.
The bars are made of steel. I would.
What? Is this what the old days were like?
The... I fail to...
What are you trying?
Perhaps...